Hello, everybody. Can you hear me? Hopefully, that's a yes. Hi, G Force. So, yeah, let's wait for a few people, but I got this box for Salacious Rum. And let's open his gift live on my channel. We're gonna ruin Rum's chance to do an unboxing because he sent it to my house. No, I'm kidding, and that I just wanna we'll see if Rummy's around. Where hold on a second. I'll be right there. Hopefully you can hear me. It didn't start automatically. Loud and clear. All right, thanks, Chief Force. What the heck? Hey, Stephanie, how you doing? Muzza, good to see you, Muzza. I'm trying to set up another camera here, but it's not. I don't know if it's working. So where's Rum? We don't want to open this without Rum. Someone has to get Rum on here so we can. Is there a way for me to post the StreamYard link in the chat here? I'm doing this on my phone. I don't normally use my phone to do these things, so let me see if I can. Let me see if I can find. If I'm finding a link here, I'm going to try to put a link in the chat so people can join if they want to join. Oh, that's the wrong one, isn't it? Dang it, I'm on the wrong freaking. There we go. Okay. All right. All right. There we go. I've put the okay, so now I've put the computer behind me so that if anybody wants to join, I can add them to the stream. And it looks like everybody can see the lovely gift that Rum has sent me, or I mean the mail that Rum had sent here because he didn't want it sent to his place or something, you know. So let's see. We have a festive cutter here. Let's see where we got it. I know I had a festive cutter here. Let's see. Where is this thing? See, usually I use these yellow blades. I have these nice yellow blades for cutting. They're safety blades, but I have a red one. Woo, look, it's festive. It's the holiday season. It's red. Yay. Okay. So do we want to see what Rum sent? So did anybody read this? Could anyone read what this says? So now, to be quite frank, Rum said that I could Rum said that I could open this on a stream, but I was kind of joking around, like I'm gonna open the thing you sent, but he said go ahead, but he's not here. I want him to see it. Where is he? Is he sleeping? What's going on? All right. Caution: open carefully to avoid damage. It says that right there. Open carefully to avoid damage. Should I just open this like a madman and like purposefully damage it? Oh. All right, ready to see this? I'm gonna probably just ship it to him in the same box. Like it's weird that I'm just opening this to retape it, you know, like I kind of was doing this as a joke. I was like, "Where's Rum? Let's open his package," you know. But he's not. He's got to be sleeping or something. He doesn't know we're doing this. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is cool. This is awesome. Can we like seriously open this, or are we gonna like I don't know. I was just gonna look at the box, but now I think I wanna open it. I think I actually wanna. This is the padding they put in. Oh, that'll protect it. You know, we don't need to wrap it in bubble wrap or anything. We'll just do this. That's fine. You know, a little piece of tissue paper that absorbs all impacts. There's no way this is gonna get damaged. Oh, look, it's damaged. It's damaged. They damaged it. They dented the box. It's all bashed in right there. This is like just took about $1,000 off the value of this. You know what I mean? That's just insane. So yes, it is a Back to the Future powered by the flux capacitor. Tommy DeLorean. I don't know if you could see it in the blackness there, but it's a DeLorean. So look at that flux capacitor on the side. Seriously, I want to open it, but I don't want to open it. You know what I mean? Like, because it's Rums, I want him to show the thing. I was actually just hoping he would come on and be like, "What the hell?" You know, like, but he did actually say I could open this box, but I actually want him on stream if I'm gonna do that. So I don't really want to, open this seriously open the actual thing and give away the product because I want to save that for him to do at his house, right? He could be sleeping because Rum was feeling a little unwell the other day when he and Pete were doing the two palmies. One sheet of tissue paper. Yeah, the magic tissue paper. Yeah, he should be here. So the guy must have installed it wrong. That one piece of tissue should never have allowed such a bashed corner. Yeah. Yeah, so we may end up just cutting this stream a little short because I was hoping it would attract Rum's attention and he would come on and let us know if we should open this box or not. But yeah, he must be falling asleep or tired or something. Back to the Future. This is gonna look cool. I think it's die cast. It's heavy as hell. This box is like, it's like, oh, it makes you grunt when you pick it up. It really contracts the core. Your core is getting a workout when you lift this box up. You know what I mean? It's quite heavy. So I think he got it sent to my place to save on shipping, but it's not really because I don't think he knew how heavy this was. When we try to ship this from here to there, it's going to be $100 probably because it weighs so much. I mean, it's like you gotta contract this core muscle right here. You gotta be like, okay, all right, engage the core. Yes, there we go. One, two, three, four, five. This is like Rocky. You're getting a workout in the field. It's like you're out there in the woods, like pounding on trees and stuff. But in here, you're lifting die cast cars. It's like this is a workout. This is how toy collectors work out. We move die cast cars that weigh a lot. Yeah. I think the package I said was 17 pounds and it was 130. See, yeah. We're mince pie. All right, well, if I hate to do this to you guys, just have like a 10-minute live stream, but I think that's what we're going to end up doing is having a 10-minute live stream because we're going to put this back in the box. And I just wanted to show off what Rum sent to my place. But without Rum here, I actually don't want to open the interior box. Maybe we'll do that later, some other day. Do I have anything I could show you guys? I don't know. Let me see what did I get around here? I don't know if I got anything I could open up. Let me see. Oh, you want to see my new dice box? Check this out. Watch this. Look at this thing. This is pretty cool. So when we play D&D, this will be the new dice box. Ha! Roar! He's got dice inside his mouth. Yum yum dice. I got dice in my mouth. Oh, I dropped a die. Did it land on 20? Oh, it landed on a 13. Yum. Yeah. Yeah, that's a cool little wooden dice box that I picked up. It was cheap, like a couple dollars, but pretty neat little dice box. These are called a mimic. In Dungeons and Dragons, there were sometimes chests that were demonified. They're like demonic. And when you go to open them, they like attack you and they have teeth and they're called a mimic because they're mimicking the box. They're mimicking a chest with gold in it, you know? Here we go. We can look at this. This is cool. Look at this. So I got this awesome thing. I was in there. Before I went to a geek store in Orlando, and the amount of D&D was amazing. Two walls of them, all different sizes, colors. I had no idea. So, do you remember these? These came in with your GI Joe stuff. And I got some GI Joe stuff the other day, and this was in there, and I was like, "Oh, this is cool." He threw in like the original pamphlet, so you could get the devilfish. You're like, "Oh yeah, I want the GI Joe boat, Mom." You're like, "I want the boat," and they have little check boxes, so you can be like, use this as your check off thing. You're like, "Oh, I want that, Mom." So you like check it off. You're like, "Let's get that." So we can look at it and see like what do we have. So I have this. I have one of these. I had this as a kid, and I still have one now. And then the GI Joe Tomahawk. I had that as a kid, and I have one right now too. I actually just got this only a little while ago, like maybe 6 or 8 months ago. And then there's these little sets. Now I had all these except I never had this sandbag set. I never had that when I was a kid, but I wanted it as an adult. And I've got this thing now because these disappeared. I think in one of the moves they disappeared. So but I got this again, and I just got some parts for this. I think I got all the pieces between what I have here at the condo and what's coming in the mail. I think I will have all the pieces to build this playset again, except for the antenna. So the little antenna, I might be missing that one piece. But then I have to get this. I need that. I had that as a kid. I remember that. So I'll need to get one of those. I'm rebuilding my GI Joe collection. And then we had all this stuff. Like my brother had this, the Havoc. That was one of his favorite vehicles as a kid. And now I've got one myself in the collection. I think I might even have his. I might have his, and I've rebuilt it. I had to get some parts for it, but the base of this might actually be the one that he owned when he was a kid. I don't remember exactly. But I've got the armadillo and I've got the motorcycle down here. But I think I've got parts of these, but not the whole thing. So I've got to finish these two. And then I've got a couple triple T tanks. I think I've got two of them complete. And then I sent one to GeForce. Yeah, so I've got two of them complete in my collection. I've got the bridge layer and I got the uh the Mauler. The Mauler's freaking cool. It's so awesome. And then we go over here, and I've got the Conquest X30 jet. I got one of those in the collection, and I just put together a whole bunch of these. I've got four white ones and two of the Tiger Force sitting over here that I've built from all these parts that I got in a big job lot. So I'm sitting pretty good with the Tiger Cat and I've got one Off Striker. I actually want to get another Off Striker because the one I have is from when I was a kid and it's pretty beat up, so I want to get a nice one. And then we've got the Recon sled, which I still have. And then we have the tactical battle platform, which I had as a kid, but mine was lost in the move, and I've since rebuilt one, and I've got it now in my GI Joe display. And I think I've got all the parts for it. I might be missing one or two things for this, but I think it's mostly there. And the USS Flag, I never had the flag, and I don't think I'm ever going to get one because I won't have anywhere to put it. If I get a flag, I'm going to want to put it together, and I'm never going to have the space to actually put it anywhere. What I would have to do is I would have to get rid of the coffee table in the living room and get one of those the ones on wheels like what Scuba has. And then I would need some kind of cover to go over it as well so that we could still use it as a coffee table. You know what I mean? So I would have to build some kind of contraption to make the flag into a coffee table and have the flag sort of encapsulated in that coffee table if I were to get one and put it in the condo. Because it would have to, in order to have it on display in the condo, it would have to replace the current coffee table, because that's the only place it could possibly go. And now we have the Cobra side. Cobra, 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 Cobra. Here's the Serpentor with his air chariot. One of the coolest and most sought after toys today. You won't believe it, but like Serpentor with his air chariot, this exact toy is one of the most frequently asked for things at conventions and shows. Everybody wants to have Serpentor with this air chariot, and it is probably one of the top things asked for GI Joe. It's so cool though. It's awesome. But this little thing, like complete when like super mint condition, can be over $100. It's easily, it's crazy. Then we have the Dreadnought Swamp Fire. This thing turns into a boat and a helicopter. It transforms between the two, a boat or a helicopter, and it changes color in sunlight. Yeah, it's like, ooh. I got that. I've had it since I was a kid. Mine isn't that good. I think the colors have faded. So I'd like to get one that's more like new. So I'm going to have to upgrade mine, but I'll still keep it because the one I have is from when we were kids. Uh, Tomax and Zaymot, I've got those guys. They're pretty cool. And then here's the Terrordrome, Cobra Terrordrome with the Fire Bat. Now I have a Fire Bat, but I don't have the Terrordrome because, again, the Terrordrome is so big that it's like you wouldn't be able to fit it anywheres. I'm backstage. Oh, I got to go over and click G-Force. Hold on. Let me click G-Force on the computer here. How come I can't add him? Where is he? Uh, add. Are you there?
I'm here.
There we go.
What's going on, buddy?
Not much. How you doing?
Doing good. I like the
Going
Cobra
through this.
side.
Going through this thing here.
Yeah,
What do you think of it?
I think it's awesome.
Yeah. Okay. How do we? Ugh.
The packaging for that Tomax and Zaymot was awesome. Whoever thought of that was brilliant.
There we go. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and this Terradrome is gigantic. So again, I don't know where I would put it. So it's kind of like I don't know if I'll ever get one just
I was
because of I don't know where to put it.
I was watching It's Chad the other day,
Yeah.
and they were mentioning something about a possibility of a Cobra Island that may or may not connect to a Terrordrome that could be in production by a smaller toy company.
Wow.
So That would be cool. I don't want to
That,
say
but
too much
wouldn't
because
that like double the size of your like display?
yeah, the Cobra Island's going to be massive over the top of the Terradrome. So
Yeah.
like it's going to be a huge thing. But
This would have to be something that I turned into a coffee table again. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
put it
like a
on
gigantic
something that, yeah, put
uh,
it on something that has a base and then build
Lexan
hop over it
cabinet
or something
for
so that you could
it.
still
Yeah,
set drinks or
case.
things on it. Yeah. Because these are big enough as is.
Yep,
And then we have the Cobra sled here, which I
yeah.
don't own, and I don't know if I ever did own one, but I don't
I don't
remember
think I
owning
ever
one.
had one.
And then we've got these little Cobra bunker things, which I don't think I had a lot of the little GI Joe like extra things, but I don't think I had
Yeah.
any of the Cobra ones. But I did pick up this dome thing
Hmm.
a while back, and I don't remember if I found it at Joe Fest or if I got it just before or just after, but I have it set up in the other room now, so I do have it
Trying to
now.
remember. I think he might have had it before Joe Fest.
Maybe it was before, right? And I want to get this thing. I think that's kind of a neat little outpost thing that would be cool to have.
Isn't that kind of what they were trying to go for with the new um who
Yeah,
was it that
right?
they
It's
that
sort of like this. It's sort of like
that
just
outhouse
that
thing that
square
people were
part of
calling?
it, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So they were
'Cause
trying to get like a bunker wall or a fort or something like that.
yeah. And then we've got the hydrofoil down
Oh,
here.
what a ship.
Yeah, my brother had that when we were kids, and I have rebuilt one now. I
I
need the
want the
torpedoes on the side.
I want the raft.
And
That's what
then,
I
yeah, I need to get this little raft. But you know what's shocking about this? And it might be because it's the same thing with that checkpoint alpha for the GI Joes. There's so many parts that go missing
yeah,
that it ends up a complete one, a complete checkpoint alpha is close to $100.
I
And it was
bet.
blowing me away when I was looking for it. But I found some job lots that had most of the pieces that are like $5 or $10 that I've been buying up. And
Yep.
now I think with this last batch that's in the mail, I might have all the pieces finally to build that thing, and I may have only spent maybe $25 on it.
You're
So
doing it the
some
right way
yeah,
for sure.
some of these things are you got to look for job lots of just random
Yep.
parts,
It's
and
work,
then
but
it is work, and you buy two or three job lots for cheap, but then eventually you have enough of the parts to put
yep.
something together that otherwise would have cost you $100. And
Then you sell
this
off the
little
extra.
boat is the same way.
Yep.
This little night, it's
Because
like
doesn't
a
it have like a lantern and a motor cover and all
yeah, and it's
extra
got
little
all these
gadgets?
tools.
Yep.
It's the Cobra Night Night
Recon.
Patrol, what they call night landing. That's what they call it,
Night
the night
landing.
landing. And yeah, it's like it's got all these little like it's got oars, it's got I think it might have a rope or something. It's got
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's got all kinds of tools and weapons that come with it and extra stuff for like a night landing like sort of Navy SEALs
Yep.
operation, you know what I mean? And
Use the
because it
motor to
has all
get so
those
far and then you row your way in.
yeah, and
Yep.
because
Yep.
it's got all those parts, I think that jacks up the price cuz everyone's
Parts are
missing
hard to come by.
something. You know what I
Yep.
mean? No one has a complete one. They're all missing something. And
The
so to
carpet
find one,
monster never went hungry.
yeah.
Now
Yeah,
those are
yeah, I love
cool.
that. You're right. People are like, it's so nostalgic to circle things that you wanted for Christmas. Yeah, that's
Uh,
what we would do. We would check these little boxes that are next to everything and be like, we want that one, Mom.
Not me. I
And
took a red marker and went with a big circle right around
yeah.
it. Like, don't mistake it. That.
And then we have the Dreadnought Thunder Machine here.
Yeah. Vern just picked himself up one of them, didn't he? The Transformer
He
one?
got the Transformer one. Yeah, that was
Yep.
pretty
Yep.
cool.
Yep.
This Thunder Machine was something that my brother got first, and it was so cool that I ended up having to get one. It was rare that we would end up with the same toys, like because we played together with everything, or I
Right.
would just steal his toys and use them for mine. But but when he got the Dreadnought Thunder Machine, he was playing with it so much
You
that I
couldn't
ended
get
up
it
having
in
to go out and
time.
get my own because it was so
Yep.
cool. So we
Yeah.
had
Some of those toys, like even if you were playing with your friends, they're like, "Oh, I want to play with them." I'm like, no, 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 no.
Yeah, yeah. It's like, no, this is so cool. I'm not letting go
I'll
of it, you
share
know?
to an extent, but this is too cool right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Wait your
Because it had
turn.
all the armor. It had so much little armored plates on the sides. Like all
Hmm.
those red armored plates could come off. And
Oh,
then it
really?
had like a big giant engine on the back and it had machine guns up front. I mean, it was totally like a Mad Max vehicle. So you
Oh,
could,
for 100%.
and because it had all those armor pieces that came on and off and could interchange, it was like you could drive in with it as a roll cage and like pretend to like deck it out. You could be like,
Yep.
all right, we're attaching all these
Get the A team to help
armor and
you put all the
yeah,
armor on.
yeah, exactly. And then and hook it all up.
Heck
And then
yeah.
we had the stun,
The stun.
which my brother had two or three of these stun vehicles. I was
Did
the
you
one
get
that had all
your
the
Did you get your both flags for yours?
now the one I currently own does not have both flags. No.
I know you were
I
working on trying to repair them at one
Yeah, I
point.
was trying to glue them and they wouldn't actually end up
Yeah,
gluing. They
that's
didn't
a
work.
tiny little stem
Yeah. It's
that they're
too
on.
it's too small to like some of
Figure.
them are broken into three or four pieces. I think if it was just one, if there
Yeah.
was one glue joint, maybe it would work, but some of them are like two or three pieces, so it's kind of
Yeah, you really need
hard.
like a piece of paper clip or something in between as a reinforcement, but it's not
Yeah,
big
and
enough to do that.
yeah, it's so thin.
You can't
So
drill a hole.
I don't really care with the one that I have, but I have been watching another one that hasn't gone up on auction, and depending on where it lands, I might end up bidding on it. I don't know, but it
Oh,
has both its flags original and. But my
wow.
brother had two or three of these when we were growing up. He was the stun guy. He loved the stun, and I was always the his tank kid. So I had like
Yep.
four or five his tanks because I mailed away for his tanks every chance I got. They were a mail away
Just
thing.
collect them points and go.
Yeah, and so I kept collecting points and mailing away for his tanks. And I remember my mom and my brother and friends were like, "Why do you keep getting the same vehicle?" And I'm like, "Cause it's so freaking cool, you know." And it's awesome when you get a new one in the mail and get to put it together and
Got
put
an
all the stickers
army
on and
now.
stuff, you know. And yeah, it was such a plus at the time. I think at the time it was like GI Joe had a tank, they had the Jeep, they had the motorcycles, they had the Wolverine. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
there wasn't a
And
lot of Cobra stuff. There was a
yeah,
Fang
and
and the Hiss.
yeah, Cobra basically had a Jeep and the Hiss, and it was like so you had to have if I had like the tank and the Wolverine and the motorcycles and the all the little weapon platforms and stuff, I was like GI Joe's got like 10 things on their side and Cobra's got 3. You
Yep.
know, so it's like if you got 5 his tanks, now it's like okay, this it's even, you know what I mean? In the cartoon, there was always like 100 his tanks attacking GI Joe in the
Yeah.
cartoon, you know?
And thousands of claws and
Yeah.
rattlers. Yeah. But it was always
So,
like the same three main vehicles
yeah.
until the later years. And they started introducing like trouble bubbles and more of these
Yeah,
type of things.
exactly. Which we have right here, the Trouble Bubble and the Ferret four-wheeler.
I love the ferret. That's my favorite.
And
Well,
yeah,
it's not my favorite.
I've
Skyhawk's
got
my favorite.
I've got a ferret from when we were no, I don't think I think the ferret got lost. The ones that I have I bought as an adult. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I think the
And
ferret was the
I have
original ferret was one of the ones that got lost. Yeah.
I have one I got at a thrift store for like $10 and it's missing just about everything. It has handlebars and a gun, I think.
Yeah.
And then Scuba graciously, I asked him if he had the parts I needed, and he sent me a complete one minus the hose.
Oh yeah.
And
That
I was
hose
like,
is so hard to find. Yeah.
yeah, I'm just gonna find some rubber
I
hose
I don't even
diameter
care. I just leave
and
it without the
replace it.
hose. I think mine don't have hoses and I don't even care.
Nah,
I'm just
it
like,
really isn't the end of the world for me not to have it, but if
yeah.
I wanted to, I'd just replace it with like, I don't know, aquarium hose or
Yeah, or
whatever
something. Yeah,
that
exactly.
diameter is. Yeah.
Cuz it's one of those things that I think someday what's going to happen is you're going to find someone's junk drawer that they emptied and you're going to know, "Oh my god, that's the hose for the ferret." but the
Yep.
person selling it is going to have no clue. They're just like, it's
They're
a
going
bunch
to
of
be like,
random
what's this little
junk.
piece of plastic, and throw it
Yeah,
away.
exactly. And that it happens a lot if you go to thrift stores or you go to like flea markets and stuff.
Yep.
Sometimes people just have bags of random bits that were literally dumped out of a junk drawer, and they know that collectors will buy these bits, but they don't know what each and every bit is, and they don't want to take the time to find them to figure out what everything is,
Yep.
you know. And although it
Well,
is getting easier today, because just this morning I was finishing up. I'll show you this box in a minute, but I
yeah.
have a box of parts. And just this morning, I had maybe 30 or 40 parts that I had not identified yet. And I was sitting there after, right when I woke up this morning. And what I was doing was I was going into eBay and clicking on their photo search,
Yep.
and I would take a photograph of the item, and 90%, I think I found all but five using the
Oh,
photo search. And I was like, and it was usually the first thing that came up too. I was like, oh
wow.
my God, that's it. And it was really weird because it would come up and say, like, oh, that's the missile from the Spider-Man Tri-Slayer from 1994 or something
That
like that.
detail.
And I'm going, oh my God, like I
Wow.
never would have thought to look in Spider-Man Toy Biz from 1994 if this was, you know what I mean? So
Wow.
that really worked out. And there was stuff from, there were weapons from Beetleborgs in there. There were,
No kidding.
yeah, it was just like a Power Lords weapon from Power Lords. Remember
So is
those?
that like Google Image or something? The
No, it was
reverse?
actually eBay's app. There's a photo search button,
Huh.
and
I'll have to look at that.
on your phone, and the app
Yep.
for your phone for eBay, when you click the search bar, once you click it, there's a little photo, like a picture of a camera, and you click that, and
Ah,
it'll actually search. It'll go to your camera. You take a photo, and it'll search by that
it'll
photo
search
for
by that
stuff.
photo for something that
Yeah.
matters.
So
Huh.
it
Interesting.
helped in two fronts, because number one, it helped me identify the item, but it also
Hmm.
would show me what they're currently going for. You
Yeah,
know what I
right.
mean? So
Yeah,
then
that's a
because I was writing on the bag, like how much I think I'm going to try to sell it for, because a lot of these
yeah.
pieces I'm just going to resell, you know?
Yeah, when I'm doing my research like that, if I'm gonna sell anything, I'll go through the eBay solds and I'll just make myself a little list and I'll bring it
Yeah.
with me and just like, okay, here's what most of them were going for. I'll try to aim a little lower or a little
Yeah,
higher, whichever
exactly.
the case is. And
Yeah. And I
uh,
when I sell my parts online, I generally try to go a little bit less than what anybody else is selling. So if
yeah,
everybody's selling it for $5, I might try to just do it for 4.
or
And
throw a free shipping in or something like that, just to get more
well,
buyers, I guess.
on the little parts, free shipping doesn't, because
Y-
every little
Yeah,
part costs like $4 or $5 to ship. So
yeah,
if you're you can't really, I
not
mean, I
one
guess
at a time, right? Right.
you could do a thing where like, well, I'll sell it for $9 with free shipping. It depends on what you want to, how you want to look at it. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah. Night
But
Raven.
yeah, the Night Raven, that was, so my brother got this thing. I don't even know how he got it when we were kids, because we
He
usually didn't
stole,
get expensive vehicles, like I was saying,
right?
you know. And it could have been, you guys were asking at Shabby's thing, like, what did Mark get when I got the Mauler? That could have been how he got this. Grandpa could have got him this the same
Ah,
Christmas, because
yeah, they
they're
were out
both in the,
about the same time, right?
yeah, they're both in this catalog, the Mauler.
Oh,
We
no
saw the
kidding.
Mauler right there,
Yep, yep,
and
yep.
there's the, so, and I was so busy playing with the Mauler, I didn't see what he got, or I don't remember. You know what I mean? Because I, in my head, I'm just like over there in the corner playing with
Like,
my tank. I
oh,
didn't.
this is cool. Yeah,
Yeah, but that could have been where he got this, because, like I said, normally we didn't get gifts that were that expensive. Our parents
right.
didn't buy them, so it had to be somebody else. So that very well could have been, because I remember him flying this thing all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
And so he had this and the Sky Striker. I mean, because he also got that Sky Striker early on. I don't know how he got the Sky Striker, but it was like, it might have been one of those things where I wanted all the small vehicles, and Mark said, "I'll wait and let Mom save up the money to get me the Sky Striker." You know what I mean? So
Oh, that could be.
he
Yeah.
may have been smarter than me and just been like, okay, I don't
patient
want
enough
any of
to
the
want
small
the big one.
things. Yeah,
Right.
I don't want any of the small things. Let's save up my credit for getting three small things and buy one big thing like down the
That
road, you know?
that
Like,
sounds like your brother.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
where I was happy getting a small thing every time we
Like,
went out
yeah,
shopping,
every
you
time
know?
we go, let's get one thing. Add to
Yeah.
the collection, add to the world.
But this thing is awesome. I have one now as an adult, and it is
It's
freaking
so
cool.
cool.
It is so cool.
And it's got that little, what's that called? The
Yeah,
bat
the little drone. It's a little drone
drone.
ship on the
Yeah,
back. Yeah.
it's awesome.
And then we got, let's look at all the figures because we got
Oh no,
the
figures.
figures here. This was something I always loved is when they did like figure checklists like
Yeah,
this, you know? It was something that I wish they would have today. Like if they don't have it on the package anymore, I
yeah,
wish they would put something like this inside the box so
right.
that we could at least look at what the line has, you know,
If
like
you're gonna give us all that warning label paperwork in the bottom, throw a
yeah,
little thing in there too.
yeah. Cuz this was like all the figures that were coming out in what was it? This was probably 85, 86, somewhere in that range.
About the end of my GI Joe collecting because
Yeah.
sci-fi and airtight, and I think those were the last two figures I bought.
Yeah, I was looking at this the other day when this came in the mail, and I was like, there's little marks. You can see the kid whoever owned this was marking
That's
them off.
awesome.
And I was looking at it, and I'm going, I own every figure in here except for the bat. I don't have any bats. And then
Really?
because they're always expensive, dude.
Yeah, that's true.
They're one
That
of the
is
most expensive GI Joe figures, so I don't have any right now. But I might have a line on a couple because I've met a few people that were at the show, and when I was looking at this, it was really funny because this guy Tom, Retro Tom, uh, what is it, like Retro Legends or Legends of Retro? I think he has it on Instagram or something. But he was
okay.
at the show selling stuff, and he does GI Joe and Lego and a little bit of Star Wars and video games and stuff. And he just texted me, and he's like, "Hey John, this I'm including my friend Dave in this text group." And I was like, so I wrote back, "Hi Dave," and Dave's like, "I'm interested in the Lego stuff you got." And he goes, "What are you interested in?" And I was like, I'm interested in GI Joe. And I said, in fact, I was just because he wants to trade for some of the Lego merchandising things that I have left.
Cool. Cool.
And I was like, I actually was just looking, and the one I don't have is the Cobra Bat, the bats. And he's like, I got a couple, but they're not complete. And I was like, that's okay, because when I was going through this parts bin, I've got some of the claws and the
Yep.
flamethrower hands, and I've got a couple of the backpacks. So I'm like, I pretty much just would be
Need the
happy to get
figure.
a couple of the figures,
Right.
and then I can use the backpacks from this collection. I put them in my little storage bin, and I got the backpack saved for if I get a figure with no backpack, you know.
Right. Right.
And so he's like, yeah, we might be able to work something out after January. He goes, give me through the holidays and then we'll meet up. So I might be able to trade some of the Lego paraphernalia that I might have left over for
That's
a couple
awesome.
of those, maybe just the figures, you know, like he said, they're
Well,
not complete, but
now
so
that
that
I
I
know
might,
that, I will keep my eye open too. So if I come across any bats, I'll just scoop up what I can.
yeah.
I didn't know that you didn't have
And
any. I'll get you an army if I can.
yeah, I'd love to have like that's something I'd love to have like three or four of, you know,
Yeah.
because there was always like a busload and remember how they like this they would pull up with a school bus and like
Yeah.
the side walls of the school bus would fall down and open up and it'd be like full of Cobra bats. Like
Yeah.
what kind of school bus opens up like that? You know, like
Wonder where Battle Droids got that idea from.
yeah, exactly, exactly. But yeah, let me show you this bin, man. It's funny. Like,
See
cause
this?
I just got done.
This is a Super John. He sent me a Battle of the Planets, couple of them. That was very cool. and more Super John awesomeness. The triple T that he showed off earlier.
Yeah,
Some
that was that.
nice
I'm gonna make you big here. Let's
armored
switch this around.
carrier,
There we go. Oh
Destro,
yeah.
or Ripper. Ripper.
Are you gonna paint that, or are you just gonna get stickers, or do
Oh,
something
I'm
with it?
gonna paint it. I think I'm gonna
Yeah.
just do the Cobra colors on it. It has a lot of like detailing on the side,
Yeah.
like shovels and stuff like that. So there's a lot of paint opportunity to be had with this vehicle. So
Yeah.
even though it's like a knockoff, it's cool still. I
It
like it.
is, isn't it? Yeah. I got one and I decked it out with GI Joe stickers and stuff, and I so I was like, when I had that extra one, I was like, I should just throw it in. Oh, and there's the jet. Yeah, yeah.
The shell of a Sky Striker, all from my buddy Super John.
That was all part of Scuba Pete and who was the other one? There was three of us that got
Wilhelm,
shells. Huh?
was it Wilhelm that was?
Yeah, maybe it was Wilhelm. Yeah, that's because they all sent parts to me when I had a shell, and then Scuba Pete sent me one, and maybe it was Wilhelm that sent the other parts. And together with the three junk ones, I built one good Sky Striker,
Nice.
and then presented it to my brother. It was part of the when he had cancer. He wanted because that Sky Striker was one of his favorite toys,
Right, right.
and then since he passed, now the Sky Striker's in my collection. But it's like yeah, so I had that extra shell, and we brought that shell to Joe
Joe.
Fest and put it on the when we floated the thing, and then yeah,
Yeah,
I meant to like give it to somebody, so I'm glad you took it.
yeah. I saw it sitting there, and everybody was clearing out, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna grab it. But
Yeah, yeah,
so Vern so kindly sent me this. I don't know if you can see it. It's one
that's cool. Yeah,
Thunder Rosa. She's one of
yep.
my favorite AEW wrestlers. So he's saw like six of them in Ross for $3.99 each, and I'm like,
Wow.
oh my god, I would love one of them. And he just was next day. He's like, what's your address? And I'm like, he's sending me a Thunder Rosa.
Do you want to see what this is gonna kill you? You want to see what I got at Ross today? Speaking of Ross,
I didn't get anything at Ross because it was my lunch break and the line was out the damn door.
I couldn't believe this.
No,
What?
no,
It was it was
Grimlock
$20, 19.99.
France.
Still on there, 19.99.
What?
And I hear parts rattling around, but it's okay. I'm gonna open it anyways. But
I haven't
it's the
seen any Super 7.
it's the giant Grimlock, like
That's awesome. And Wheelie?
and wheelie. Yeah, to ride on them. And this weren't these like $60 or $70 when they were
Yeah.
new?
Yeah.
I mean, and
55, I think most
it's
normal
freaking
ones go for, but those are even bigger. So I
it's
would say
freaking
that's probably
huge, dude. It's massive.
$75
I couldn't
retail.
believe I couldn't believe how big it was. I was like, oh my goodness, this thing is
That,
huge.
what a score.
So I couldn't leave it there. I just had to.
Oh.
I'm not a Super 7 collector, but I
But
couldn't
still,
pass that up.
I still think if you flip that, you can
I
easily get $30 for it.
I think I'm gonna open it and put it in the collection somewhere. But
Yeah, yeah. But
but yeah, so here's this. So look at this.
these are the
This
parts
big.
boxes that you got.
This is a huge box just full of parts. You know what I mean? And I've labeled them like these are the Havoc missiles. You know, and from 1986, the Havoc guns.
Yep.
You know, and I've
And by
got
doing that, I mean, I think you're 100% increasing your chance of selling stuff labeled like that.
yeah
You've
the
already done the
Pogo
research. Even if
Pogo
you go
Battle
to
Ball.
a show and people just dig through that box, at least they know what
Yeah,
they're looking at.
yeah, Cobra Maggot parts. There's
Yep.
the stupid wheels for the thunderclap that go underneath those little.
Yep.
They're always missing these things underneath, and
Yep.
I'm just like the paralyzer laser gun that goes on the top, the missile launcher that goes on the top, and it's like there's just all this stuff. There's a hydrofoil missile. It's like There's something for almost everything you can think of here. The Silver Mirage guns for the
You got a
motorcycle.
snowcat launcher in there? I'm looking for one of them.
No, yeah, yeah. But then I've got all these small parts that are like, the individual weapons or backpacks or guys' arms. It's just his
Yeah,
arm
you were
or
saying that last
like
night. You had
heads.
guys' arms and stuff in there.
Yes, the Voltar's head, and
Wow.
it's just like there's so many little, like these are all small parts, like the guns and backpack, Cobra Commander's backpack from '87,
Yeah.
and little guns that, and I mean, like, look how many are just of those little things, like little weapons and missiles,
Yeah.
and there's probably a couple hundred of those little things in this box, and then you got this giant box, couple thousand in here,
Yeah.
and it took me pretty much from Joe Fest till now. I just finished some of these this morning, finished up this morning. You know what I
Wow.
mean? Like, and I've done a little bit like here and there. I mean, I might not have worked on it every single day, but I mean, every once a week or so, you pick it up and do a little bit of work on it. And
Mm-hmm.
it's taken from Joe Fest back in, what was that, July or June and end of
June.
June.
So
It, it,
28th
yeah,
it was. So you're almost at a full 6 months.
yeah. And I had this box at the show and sold a good number of parts, but
Cool.
even though they weren't all cataloged and priced, I just brought everything, and if it didn't have a price on it, we negotiated at the show. I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know, $3 for that part, $2 for that one, because I've been finding most of the missiles are like $2 parts. People
Yeah.
sell online for just about $2, but it's some of the other obscure parts that that go for more, you know what I mean? But if
Okay.
if you just got a gun or a missile that goes on something, usually it's $2 or $3. It's not,
Right.
these parts aren't much, but when you sell this many of them over time, you can see that you're going to make a couple $1,000s off of this,
Yeah. Yeah, for
so
sure.
it's
If you got
definitely worth.
2,000 parts and you're selling them $2 a piece, I
Yeah,
mean, the math works
exactly.
out.
Do the math, but that's what I'm talking about, how it works out. Like these came from a bin that Retro Rob and I split at Joe Fest. We bought a bin for $100, right? It
A
was $100 for
giant
the
bin.
bin,
A
and
giant bin.
and
Like,
we split it. Him and I split it, and we went to my hotel room, and I'm not kidding. This isn't all, like he has a box, or he took an equivalent amount, because we actually sorted all these parts in the hotel room,
well,
and
what
we
was
had
that bin?
piles.
Was it 50 gallons?
Oh, it was massive. I still
It
got it
was a
out on the.
gigantic bin. I've never
Yeah,
seen a bin this big. You could
it
fit a
was
Christmas tree in there easily.
it was five, or what was it, about 5 feet
About
long.
5 feet long, 4 or 5
Yeah,
feet long. Yeah.
and maybe two and
Quite
a half
big.
feet deep, 2.5 feet deep or so,
And
right?
about 2 feet wide, easy.
Yeah, 2 or 3 feet wide. Yeah.
Yep.
Good night, Stephanie.
Good
She's
night,
going
Steph.
to sleep.
I don't have the chat up, so I can't see what's going
Yeah,
on.
yeah, she's going to sleep. Mr. B, Geek Strong, Muzza, they're all still here.
Hey, strong
Gerard's here.
baby.
Gerard, how you doing?
Gerard. Hey, late for him.
But but yeah, it's like, so this is basically half of the small parts, and so I mean, like in my half was $50, and I've already made that back like 4 or 5 times over, because I
And
sold.
how many bins did that guy had? You said he had a
Oh,
lot.
yeah, there was like 6 or 7 bins of those, and
50 bucks.
when we went back around after buying ours, they were all gone,
Yeah.
you know.
They,
So
at that price, I don't doubt it.
yeah, he had the right idea, and those bins were made for people like me that are willing to go through and do this,
For
because
sure.
you'll make a lot of money in the end, but it's also a lot of work,
A ton of work.
And now the hard part's over. I've got everything labeled, cataloged, priced. So now it's just, I keep bringing this box, and I've been putting 5 or 10 items up on eBay and Mercari and Facebook Marketplace and stuff every day, you know, in the morning I have kind of a routine where I put up 5 or 10 new items on all my stores, and generally what happens is I'm always hovering around 200 items on my online stores.
Yep.
And I've kind of laughed at that because I'm like, how can that be if every day I'm putting up 5 or 10 items? But I realize that like every couple days I will sell 5,
That
10,
five or
15
ten.
items
Right.
because I've got there's like 7 things boxed up over there by the door to go out tomorrow before I drive up to the house to drop off at the post.
Yep.
And that's just from last night and today of what's sold. So it's like and my dad keeps saying it. He goes, I'm just amazed that every day you've got 5 or 6 or 10 items to go out in the mail. And he's like, I can't believe that you're actually doing this and it's a consistent thing, you know?
Yeah.
It's so, and that a lot of it are these parts, you know what I mean? Like people always need parts.
And we see it at every show we go to. People are digging through those bins because they
Yeah.
need parts.
And what's funny is not only just coming across that score at Joe Fest, but it's like I said, recently where I've got another parts lot coming that had parts for the Checkpoint Alpha. But
Yep.
there's a lot of other parts in there that aren't related to the Checkpoint Alpha that I don't need. So they're gonna end up in these boxes when
In
I'm
these
done.
types of boxes, right?
And like I said, that this latest pile was like, I don't know, $7 or $8 or something. It's not a lot for these parts. I just
Hmm.
buy them in bulk in this giant junk lot. Like I said, someone might have dropped, a junk bin or a drawer they had with all
Right.
these parts, and they dump it in a pile and put it up on. I mean, you can find them on eBay and Mercari. Mercari's been really good to me lately. Well, right from the beginning in finding these kind of things, because I don't think a lot of people search for like junk drawer. Like I'll put in the
No,
words junk drawer,
no,
and
I've never looked for that.
in stuff like that,
I have
and
plenty of junk drawers.
yeah, and I'll put in things like if I need like a part and I'll describe the part. So I'll say like for the Checkpoint Alpha, I need 4 of these gray, like they look like I beams almost, and
Hmm.
they hold up from the lower part to the upper part, and you need four
Struts
of
or
them.
whatever you call them, right?
Yeah. But if you look at them and you don't know what they are, you might just say these are gray I beams, and I have no idea what they're for. So
Right.
I'll type in the search gray I beams.
As
You know?
general of a description as you
Yeah.
can. Yeah.
And sometimes you'll find them. Like
Yep.
I remember famously one of the things I did was before I owned a Man for the Kenner Star Wars, I kept putting in like green and yellow slug monster, stuff like that.
Yep.
And I one day I found one, that was listed like that. It was like weird slug monster, for sale. You know what I mean? And it was
Yep.
a Man. But in that case, I think other Star Wars fans had caught on by then to search for obscure things because the auction still ended up selling for over $200. So
Yeah.
I didn't actually I thought for sure I was like, oh great, I'm finally gonna get my Amana Man for cheap because no one's gonna find this guy.
Yep.
But yeah, by the time the auction ended, it still went for over $200. So somehow Star
That's
Wars
funny.
fans caught on to that one. But they don't always catch on, you know what I mean? And
No,
sometimes you
right,
get lucky
right.
and find something that the person selling it has no idea what it is. So they just list it under as a description, you know what I mean? Green monster. And it's like, so you sometimes have to look for that stuff because if you can think of like a really weird way to describe something you're looking for that's worth a lot of money and you don't want to pay that, hundreds of dollars for it, you can
Right.
sometimes just describe it and find it for cheap and because
I
they don't
did
know
that.
what they have.
I did that recently with 1/12 scale musical instruments. It was what I typed in,
Oh yeah.
and it came up with so many customs of drum kits that just look immaculate, John. Like
Wow.
to the T. They got the stands for the hi-hats and the cage for all the drums and the different sizes on the toms and the bass drum and everything. And it's got some cymbals, comes with a couple guitars, a mic, and I think it was $60 shipped.
Wow.
But it's supposed to be here 2 days ago. I'm fretting about it because I'm just to get it. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Was
it's
it
you
is it
type
like
in the simplest description sometimes to get better
was
result.
it was it like printed or did they resin
Oh
kit it
no,
or
it was handmade.
really? Wow.
Yep, some I forget his name. Somebody from Japan, I think, Koyo or something like that. But he was on Etsy,
Wow.
and so I'm gonna do like I have this band that I'm following the warning, and I'm a little
Oh
gaga,
yeah.
but so I'm gonna do like customs of their action figures on these instruments and send them some pictures and stuff, and hopefully get in their good graces.
Yeah, I thought I think I you'd mentioned that before that you wanted to custom the band. Yeah.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. It's a good idea.
And I have a few ideas of how I'm going to do it too, because they started really young. I think the bassist, when they started professionally, was 9,
What?
11,
Really?
maybe 11.
Wow.
Maybe I'm thinking 9 was when they did the Enter Sandman cover that got them viral and got them in the spotlight. I think that's what it was. But they're really young. Right
Huh.
now, they're 24, 22, and 20.
Wow.
And they've been a professional band for 11 years now. So
Wow. That's crazy.
got 4 albums out. It's crazy.
I have there was there was two in my life. One like my sister there, Jamie, my friend slash sister that we've
Oh
known
yeah, Jamie. I've met her.
we've known since we were kids, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Um she went to high school with a guy and we actually talk him and I talk more than her and him talk, you know what I mean? He's always like I
Yeah.
never hear from Jamie anymore. I only talk to you. But they're in a band called Longview and they've
That
had
sounds
like
familiar.
yeah, they've had songs on the radio and been on big tours. They never quite broke out to be like super famous, but I mean they've been signed for years and they probably got like 10 albums out and they
Are they
kind of
from up
picked
north?
up. They're from Rochester, yeah.
Oh, maybe
Yeah, they
that's
went
why I've
to
heard of them then.
yeah, they went to high school with Jamie and stuff and
Yeah.
um so but they're kind of like they hit big like around the same time that like the White Stripes and the all
Okay.
those type bands were hitting because they're all in that same sound
Same
genre,
sound.
like you
Right.
know what I
Right.
mean.
Yep.
And so they were. I'm trying to remember the other band that sounded almost just like them, but I can't off the top of my head. I listened to them a lot, but I can't remember the name of the band now off the top of my head. But anyway, they were all in that same sort of sound and genre area. So
Cool.
I think what happened is when one of those types of bands make it big, everyone searches for more music that sounds similar, and
Yep.
that's when they really picked up and they were like it really struck me when I went into like a record shop one day and I see this cardboard standee of him in a whole like
Like
a whole
what?
like display of his CDs, you know what I mean? And I'm like, "Oh my god, like like they really made it." I
I
took
know him.
photos of it and set I remember taking photos while I'm in the shop and as I'm on the phone like texting him the photos like, "Oh my
Um,
god, look at that." He's like, "I know it kills me to like every time I see it." He goes, "I can't believe like there's actually a display of our music,
of
like
our
who'd have
stuff.
thought, like."
That's too cool.
And then there was another group which was actually Jamie's ex-boyfriend was in it, and that's how we kind of, like her and I both, like whenever I've broke up with a girl, most of the time, I mean, there's a few girlfriends that just can't, they hate me now, but I mean, like most of them I've remained in contact with, and we were even friends afterwards. It didn't, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
Jamie's been sort of the same way. When she breaks up with somebody, it's not necessarily the end. They still remain friends and
Yeah.
stuff. So we were still friends with this one guy, Tony, that that and he was in a band. He played keyboards in this it was kind of like an industrial
Like a Nine Inch
heavy,
Nails type of.
yeah, but a little heavier, like because
Okay.
they had heavy guitars, really heavy guitars,
Yep.
but it still had the industrial sort of mix in the background because there was keyboards and a
Yep.
synthesizer and stuff. But there was two guys with guitars and a bass player,
Yeah.
they actually had a drum player instead of drum machine, you know what I mean?
Yep.
So it was kind of that mix between metal and heavy
And
industrial.
industrial.
And
Nice.
but they were called Hate Machine.
Oh, I
And
know Hate Machine.
yeah, they were
Oh yeah.
massive, like in Seattle, in our area.
Oh yeah.
And when they got picked up, this was like a thing that I think, like, if they're still going around, they're not the band that started, because when they got picked up by the studios, and they were going to produce their first album, the
Yep.
studio went, they actually said, we want you, the lead singer, and we want this guitarist, the bassist, and that
They
guy.
wanted to
They
break
were
up the
like the
band.
drummer. They were like the drummer has to go because the drummer was not. The drummer had short hair,
Oh,
and he
jeez.
he dressed like a preppy kid. You know what I mean?
Yep.
He wasn't
He
the
wasn't
punk.
the image they needed.
Yeah. And they said, you either have to change your image or you got to go. And he said, I'm not changing who I am. You know what I mean? I've never
Yeah.
been. These guys
What
are
do
my
you care if I
friends.
can play the music?
Yeah. And then they said they didn't want Tony either. They were like, we don't want
Wow.
Tony because of, I don't know, something they found out, like from his past, or I don't know what it was, but they were like,
Oh,
and
jeez.
the lead singer went, I'll do anything to get famous, so I have to fire these guys, fine. And then the drummer was like, we've been friends since we were like 4 years old. Like,
What?
how can you split the band? Like, how can you not fight for me?
Oh,
And
I'd have
you know what
punched
I
him right in
mean?
the face right then
Yeah.
and
And I thought it dissolved. I thought they got into a fight because Tony was done. He's like, I've quit the band. I'm done. I'm
oh
not
my
gonna, you know
goodness.
what I mean? And he goes, I think other guys are quitting the band, and I don't think it's gonna go anywhere because they can't make up their mind or decide on what's going on. And the record label's gonna be like, we're not putting up with this crap. You
Yeah,
know what I
you
mean? You either
guys get it
sign or you
together and
don't.
come back.
We're not. Yeah. So I thought they just dissolved, but if they are still around, it's probably because they did kick everybody
They
out.
kicked everybody out and got replacements.
Yes, and the singer went on to become whatever he is,
Yeah.
but yeah, so
Well, I know them or know of them.
you've
So,
heard of them, yeah. So yeah, they're
did you ever hear of the Clay People? That's an Albany band.
no, I don't think so. Yeah.
They've had a couple songs in movies and stuff like that, but they're real heavy. Like you're describing with Hate Machine, it's heavy and not heavy on the keyboard at all, but it's I guess it's just heavy metal.
Yeah, yeah.
But they were a really good band. In this moment, do you know them? They have a female singer, and she's from Albany.
Oh, I may have heard of them. Yeah, because I remember someone telling me about the band with a female singer there from Albany. That might
Yeah.
be the one they sent me. Yeah.
In this moment, she's kind of into the gory and like
Yeah.
latex outfits, kind of Marilyn Manson looking in her
Yep.
videos, but I really dig her voice, and they got a good sound. Trying to think who else. Lughead was another
Oh, I've heard
Albany
of
band.
Lughead. Yep, I've heard of
They're
Lughead.
good. They're more of
And
a
we did
alternative.
I did stuff for my friend. Was his stage name was Zazu Pitts. I'm trying to remember his band
That
name.
sounds familiar. Zazu Pitts.
Yeah, it was Zombie
That's a
something.
stage name. Why
I'm
would I know
trying
that?
to. Yeah, that was his stage name, and it he what I thought was funny about him was him and his friend Apostolary or Apostoli or whatever. they
Uh-huh.
put together this band. They basically put an ad in the paper for two other players and put together this band from just finding they were both friends and they found two other people. And I helped them out by making all the graphics for their CD and making
Nice.
flyers and things for them. And we actually got them in MTV's Battle of the Bands.
Wow.
And they actually won. So they
Okay.
got to be on the what was the thing with the skaters, that skating tour? The
Warp
skateboarding
Tour?
tour? The
Warp
Warp
Tour?
Tour. Yeah, Warp.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he actually got to be on the Warp Tour because he won the MTV Battle of the Bands.
Kidding.
And
Wow.
that was essentially their first time out doing shows.
The Warp Tour, right? Welcome to
Yeah, and I was
festivals.
so and then like what happened is over the years it went from playing the Warp Tour down all the way down to like playing local clubs of like 20 people. And I
Yep.
was like, your career went backwards. I go, you started out because we still talk and he's not really, he's a music producer now and he makes albums because he ended up building a studio in his place. And
Sure.
now he like produces other people, local bands in Rochester.
Well, that's
He
cool.
produces their albums and stuff. But it's like, but we always laugh that his band, his career in music went backwards.
Went
He
totally
started
the wrong
out,
direction.
yeah,
Started
he
with a bang
started
and
out
ended.
playing to like 50,000 people and then went down to 20,
The
where most
candle
go the
just
other way,
melted.
know?
That's unfortunate. I shouldn't laugh.
Yeah, yeah. But it was fun. Yeah, I used to help out a lot of bands and stuff when I was younger. And
I
the
should have if
three,
I was smarter.
one that I wish took off was there was a band called the Three Genres, and it had a female singer. And I actually found on YouTube a couple of someone had recorded a couple of their live shows and
Wow.
posted. There's like a channel that says it was like called Rochester Greats or something like that on
Hmm.
YouTube, and the guy was posting different bands that he had recorded while growing up in Rochester, New York, and one of them was a concert with the Three Genres, and I was like, I found it, and I was like, oh my god, I've been searching for their music for so long because I tell people about this band and I don't have any. They're not on like online on Spotify or any of these things, and I'm like, which I wish that some of these local bands would put their stuff up if they still have it
Heck
from
yeah.
years back, and my friend Jim, we were friends with the band so much that my friend Jim has a lot of their rough cuts, like their
Oh, cool.
original recordings and stuff. Like he saved them because I mean we were friends with one of the guys in the band, and they were like at the time they were like, we're not going any. I think the band's done. We're just gonna throw all this stuff out. And Jim was like, you can't throw it away. It's part of your
No.
life. So he took it and kept it, and I think he still has it to this day. And but I've tried to contact him, and it's like it's hard sometimes finding some of your old friends, even
Yeah.
with social media. If they're not on it, it's
Well,
hard to
the
find
friends
where
I
they
still
are.
have their contact numbers don't even answer the phone. So
Yeah, yeah, sometimes. But yeah,
yeah,
I
everybody's
wrote in
got
the
their own
comments.
lives, and
I wrote in the comments on this guy's thing. I was like, "Oh my god, I can't believe that I'm finally found some three genres." And he was like, "Oh, you remember these guys?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I was like, "I was probably at that concert you recorded." He's like, and then we got talking, and he was. It's like I don't remember his name, but it's like he was at all the same shows that I was at. So it's like we were in the same spots. He was recording because I was going through. He was putting up different recordings every week or so, and I was like, "Oh my god, I was at this one too." And he's like, "Awesome," and it got us talking about all the different stuff that we were into when we were younger, and
well, I'm positive you and I had to go to the same concerts
oh, I
because
know
we
we
love
were,
the same
yeah,
music.
because
So, I
yeah,
mean, if Megadeth was in town, you were probably there.
yeah. And I know that some of those like Monsters of Rock and
Oh
what was it,
yeah,
the Molson Park things, like you and I have talked before about
yep.
being at those same shows,
All
yeah.
the Lollapaloozas
Yeah,
and
Lollapaloozas and
Woodstocks and
yep,
stuff like that over there on my
yeah,
side of New York. I'm
yep.
sure.
Yeah, no, because there was a couple years there where we went to like almost literally every concert that was
Every
in New York,
festival.
and
Yep.
then we were like most during the summer we were going to every concert in New York, Pennsylvania, Ohio, and Canada.
Well,
So
you
it was
ventured a
like
little farther than I did, but
yeah. We
I did that
followed
for
one.
Fish. I went crazy in college and followed Fish around for a while, but
Yeah, the one we followed was when Guns N' Roses had that first album.
yeah.
We went to a Guns N' Roses concert when they came near either near Buffalo or Rochester somewhere. And then we were like, after that first concert, we were like, where are they going next? Okay, let's go there too. And we went to that. And then we ended up following them through the rest of New York and then down into Pennsylvania and into Ohio. And then
Mhm.
they went further west and we were like, we can't go that far. So we, you know, but we must have went to like 10 or 12 shows that
No
summer,
kidding.
like just going all through all these different states, following them around,
That's awesome.
It was like, yeah, my couple of my friends and my cousin and their cousin's friend. And I remember Chuck, we met him one time and we met Axl Rose and Chuck
Oh,
shook
no
his
kidding.
hand and like we all did, you know what I mean? But
Hmm.
like Chuck was so into Guns N' Roses, like he had him sign his arm, and then when we got back home, he tattooed
He
over the
tattooed it.
signature, you
No
know.
kidding.
And then he was like, he literally didn't wash his hand for like he put a bag on it when he took a shower and stuff. And like he was like for weeks, he was like, "Do you want to shake the hand that shook the hand of
Oh,
Axl
Axel
Rose?" You know, he
Rose.
would always say, and but, like after a couple weeks, it was like black. It was so dirty. We were
Oh,
all like, "Dude, you gotta like start washing." You know, like
his DNA is totally worn off by now,
yeah, it's
dude.
like. And his hand looked so gross that no one wanted to touch it. And we're like, you gotta have a shower. You gotta wash that. You know.
That's funny.
And we
Uh,
finally talked him into it. You know.
my brother was 5 years older than me and a little more into the music scene than I was, as far as knowing what was up and coming and stuff. So I'm trying to remember. It was real early, and I think it was a chance in Poughkeepsie that we saw Guns N' Roses. It was a very small venue, and it was right before Appetite just blew up. Like
Oh
maybe
yeah.
3, 4 months, and everybody at school had that cassette in their Walkman.
Yeah, we didn't I think it was when the album hit big is when we all hit into Guns N' Roses, yeah.
So I don't know how I lucked out on that part of it. Hey, APD, how are you?
What's up, Nick? Oh, Ghosty's here. Hold on.
Ghosty come in? Yep.
How do I get him on the phone again? Hold on here. Let me see.
How do we get Rum in here? Where the hell is he? The screen room sucks. No M&Ms.
Did that add him? No, it didn't add him. Let's see. Add. Did that add him? Is he there now?
Hey,
There he is. Hey,
I spent
Ghosty.
some time in that green room too, Ghost. Don't worry. He's away from his computer.
I'm
Away
on the
from.
oh,
phone. My phone is what I'm using, so I couldn't find where the button was on the phone to add you.
wow. A senior moment, huh?
I never use the phone when I'm to control. But yeah, it's the Back to the Future diecast car. It weighs a ton.
By Tommy?
Yeah,
That's
Ah,
what I thought too. I saw Tommy on the box, and I did not expect Back to the Future.
yeah. I actually wonder if it transforms. you know, like, you
No
know,
one. Hmm.
yeah. So I didn't open this box because I didn't want to do it unless Rum actually showed up in the chat or whatever or joined us. But I at least let everybody see what it was. You know,
that's pretty cool.
I was hoping Rum would come on and be like, "What the hell are you doing?" You know? But to be fair, he actually did tell me that I could open this box and do an unboxing of it if I wanted to, but I didn't really want to spoil it without Rum actually being here. You know what I mean? I at least want him in the chat if I'm not, but so maybe we'll do it later when Rum and I can plan something. But
Yep. Get on together and open it.
he's
I have
also
something to open.
sending he's also sending me the cuz like there's stuff that he bought. They're really expensive, but they would have cost him an arm and a leg, or in some cases they don't even ship to the UK. So he's been sending all the stuff here. Like he's sending the die-cast giant USS Enterprise,
Yeah.
and then I think there's another big Salacious Rum or Salacious Crumb. We the Salacious Crumb from Jabba's palace. Like there's a
Life
macat,
size.
like a macat or something, or some statue. I don't remember what it is, but
Is this because he can't trust Vern?
yeah, I guess maybe that's it. Yeah, he's
Well,
switched over
to
to
be
me instead
honest,
of
Vern
Vern.
sent
Yeah.
it to him and he didn't go pick it up.
Yeah. But I jokingly said to him, I was like, when they show up, I'm going to do an unboxing. And Rum was like, actually, you can. He goes, you might as well. And then I'll do another one when I get it, you know? And I was like, this is the first one that's shown up. But I was like, I didn't want to open it more than this without Rum actually being here. And he must be asleep. I heard he wasn't feeling good, someone said earlier. So, but yeah, and so G-Force and I were just sort of shooting the shit here while.
I still have Rum's 3 monkey lizard, the hear no, see no, speak no monkey lizards.
My gosh, it's Chip.
Been like 2 years. Look at Chip Gettler. What the France?
What are you
G
doing, man?
Daddy's
How you
what?
been?
I've been fine.
G
I've been
Daddy's
fine.
fan? Oh, I'm
Of course.
embarrassed now. I'm blushing. Or is that Ghost Daddy?
What's going on? I figured since Rum wasn't here, I figured I'd show up and you can open that box for me. That's okay. I'll allow it.
I knew you would give the stamp of approval, buddy.
You got my stamp of approval. Go for it.
Yeah. He's like, I want you to
That's
open
awesome.
it.
How you been, Chip?
I've been good, guys. I've been good. How you guys doing?
Chip.
What's up, Chris? How you doing, sir?
What's up?
Not much.
Merry Christmas, brother.
Thanks. Same to you. Same to you guys.
Hey, do you want to see, since you're on and you like comics, do you want to see a comic book that you're probably never going to see in person?
Sure, I do.
I can't believe this is so rare. I actually checked with my comic store because I couldn't believe it. I was like, are you kidding me? Are these really selling for over $2,000? And because I've been going through my comics and deciding what I'm going to sell now and what I'm going to keep till retirement, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen me doing that or noticed I was doing it, but anyways, so I was going through some of them and I ran across this comic and I'm looking it up and there's no sales of this comic anywhere. There are no auctions lately. They're not on eBay. They're not on Mercari. There's no sales of this at all. They're not on any comic websites. And people are reporting, some people say it's worth $60 and others are saying it's worth 2 or 3, 4, 5,000. And I asked my comic store, I was like, what do you do when you have a comic like this? Like I sent a text to
Yeah.
Brian and I was like, how do you value this comic when there's no, and he was like, let me look it up. I got other sources I can check on. And he's like, he comes back to me a couple hours later and he's like, oh my God, this is one that the last sale at auction was over $2,000. And I'm like, seriously?
Oh, wow.
Holy crow.
And he's like, so yeah, he goes, in this case, I would price it high, but be open to offers and just take what an offer that you're happy with.
Right.
But what it is, he goes, the reason is it's because it's one of Scotty Young's first comic books.
Ah, very cool.
And he goes, those early Scotty Youngs, he goes, people go nuts for.
Oh yeah,
Really?
yeah.
And he goes, and the other thing is, it was like a 1 of 25 variant. And they didn't order a lot because this comic it was a Guardians of the Galaxy issue. It's not
which isn't
like,
popular.
Yeah, it wasn't as
at
popular.
the time. Wasn't popular. Was at the time. Yeah, it wasn't.
Right.
Yeah,
it was very. People are like, hey, Guardians of the Galaxy, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Pre-movie.
Everybody's doing space stuff.
I know. I'm telling you.
Where's that comic? There we go.
Well, it's not even cartoon style.
No, yeah, it's not even a cartoony Scotty Young. It's like a steampunk kind of thing, you know?
That is awesome.
Did you board and bag that when you got it? Holy crap.
Yeah.
John.
Yeah.
That thing looks immaculate.
Very cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's awesome.
it's even more mint. He told me the one that sold had crinkles on the top. So he
Yeah.
goes like
Yeah,
it wasn't even like a mint one. So I put this in the clear backer boards, you know, those clear
yeah,
backer
yeah.
boards. So I've got a
Yes,
clear
yes.
in the back and a clear one in the front. So it's sort of
Double
encapsulated,
protected.
you know?
Yeah. Oh, very
Mhm.
cool.
That's awesome, dude.
Pull out some of my
But
Scotty
what's
Young
sad
stuff.
is that I've got a ton of stuff that are signed by Scotty Young. You know, there's the
Yeah,
signature. And I'm like, damn it, why didn't I get that one signed? You
I
know?
know exactly, exactly. Of all things, like damn it, that would have been a good one to get signed. That's for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll have to
But
look
I
and
know
see if I
you
got.
appreciate comics and seeing that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah,
That's
definitely,
great.
definitely. I had a bunch of Scotty Young uh stuff printed and made, and I bought from him as well. I was going to show you guys. I'll show you. Let me go find it. Hold on a minute.
I wonder if I can change this around to where.
Well, you can still probably get his autograph, right, John?
Oh yeah, if you go to shows, yeah, you can. Yeah,
Yeah.
Look, he was born in '78, so he's still around.
yeah, I could. I'm sure that if he's around somewhere locally, I could bring the comic and still get it signed. Yeah.
We go to every once in a while. We'll go to Heroes Con. I've been to Hero Con a few times over there in North Carolina, Charlotte, right? Charlotte, and
Yep.
while there, Scott Young goes there all the time. He's a big supporter of that. So if you're ever up in that area, definitely check him out. But he's, we've sat at the bar with him, drank with him. I mean, he's a great guy. He's really a very cool guy. He's a
Come
nice
on
guy.
up, John. We'll you can stay here. We'll head 3 hours west to Charlotte, hit Heroes Con.
Let me see if I can sit down and chat with you guys.
You didn't like being on the floor?
Does that work?
That's
Mhm.
nice. Love the background.
This is
And
the
then I
first
got
I've
the.
seen John. I've been with him for about an hour.
I tried to come on like a half hour ago.
The green room was rough when he was away from his keyboard.
Yeah.
It was a lonely, lonely place.
I have a box. You want to see what's in it?
Oh,
I
sure,
do.
let's do it.
Okay. So this just came today. It was a Black
Oh.
Friday deal.
Let me see if I can make you big. Hold on.
Okay.
Ooh.
Sweet. Okay. There's a Black Friday deal from Fan Expo, who took over the Denver Comic Con here a few years ago. And they had a little thing where you could get a box of mystery. Oh, God damn it. I hate
Only one thing could invoke such anger.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
hate peanuts. But
Peanuts.
it's supposed to have some mystery items, some autographs, some con exclusive Lego or con exclusive Funko.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Are those at least the cornstarch ones that you can melt in the sink?
Yeah, I'm telling you.
I don't think so. I think they're
Pop
normal,
one in
but
the
they
mouth.
might be.
Find out.
They're big into recycling and stuff. So no.
This is a true unboxing.
Yes, packing peanuts and all. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. It's like the claw machine.
I like the Grinch Christmas
Ah,
thing.
I have been
I know.
chosen. The claw.
I like the Grinch Christmas thing behind him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes, wreath.
I could, while he's doing that, I could show you. Oh, you got it. You got. Oh, I was gonna say while he's doing that, I could show you some of my Scotty Young art that I have.
Yeah, do that. I'm going to be in a couple more minutes.
Yeah. I could show because I could. So
Oh wow,
Oh, wow.
Cool.
it's cool.
it's like a
Venom.
Venom. That's like a Venom.
It is Venom.
Yep.
Yeah, from Venom 18.
Who's inside it?
It's Scotty Young's version of Venom.
Okay.
So he does
It's
a lot
probably
of the style nowadays that has this childlike look.
Eddie Brock's
So-
probably in it, right?
I saw that body
yeah,
size
sorry,
and
yeah,
I
yeah.
was like instantly thinking like Charlie Brown for some reason.
The Ghost
I
Rider.
thought it was
#1
maybe
cover.
Calvin.
It's kind of a Calvin and Hobbes sort of look in my
It does,
opinion.
yeah. He has a lot of Calvin and Hobbes to him.
Is that Ghost Rider?
Yep.
Yeah, that was Ghost Rider. Spawn.
Oh,
Nice.
cool.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And then
And those are on comic page art, right?
yeah. They're Spider-Verse.
Wow.
These are like the covers. So
Wow.
this is the cover
Good.
#1. Was Spider-Ham.
That's cool.
Crazy.
All the blue line in there as well, but it's kind of hard to tell on camera.
Yeah.
Who came first, Spider Ham or Spider Pig?
I think
X-Men.
Spider Pig, actually. I think people just started calling him Spider-Man.
I'm not usually a big fan of what's his damn name? Scott
Then the
there.
last one.
But-
Scotty Young.
No.
Yeah.
X-Men character.
Scott
Oh,
Summers?
yeah.
I can't think of the characters.
Cyclops.
Cyclops. Thank you.
Cyclops, yeah.
But that was an awesome Cyclops.
Oh, yeah. That's a very cool Cyclops. Where'd it go? Yeah.
That's cool artwork, man.
Oh, that one's
that's-
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's definitely Calvin Hobbes.
Yeah, it definitely has that cover Hobbs. So yeah. So,
That's one
anyway.
of the things I'd like to get someday is like an actual page, like some artwork done on a comic page. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Because like I don't know if a lot of people out there know this, but those pages that he had are the actual ones that get shrunk down into comic size.
Into comic
Because
size.
when they do a comic book when they do art for a comic book or even for the newspaper, like comic strips that go in the paper, they're like 1,000 times bigger when they draw
Sure.
them, and then they get shrunk down to fit into the comic book or onto the newspaper for the funnies page. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And it's kind of
Oh.
cool to have the original, like large size comic art on an actual comic page, because they have special pages that comic artists use to draw on. They're like you'll
Like
see
a
like
certain size or something.
yeah, and you'll see
Mm.
markers around the borders that
yeah.
tell them like this is the extent you can go on this to the edge of the page, or if you want a border, go to here. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
yeah, like there's
Okay,
little
ready?
markers. All right,
Lo-
let's go to Chris.
Haters.
Okay, so this is probably going to be a lot of junk because I already can see on top that it's junk. So the first Funko I've got in here is Hercules,
Okay.
which
Marvel.
currently you can get at Ross for $4.99.
Hercules.
Uh,
Bye,
that was cool.
Muzza.
An 8-bit Mojo.
Oh, look at that.
Mojo.
That's
Oh,
pretty
that's
cool.
cool. Look at him.
Art Series
Funko
Surrey
exclusives.
comes in a case.
Yeah.
All right.
Free case.
Oops, I almost threw it in the trash. Okay. I've got 2021 spring exclusive Wonder Woman.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Wonder Woman 84. A movie we don't talk
Yep.
Yeah.
about. Oh, this one's cool. This is Captain Marvel. She glows in the dark.
Ooh, I like glow in the dark. Yeah.
Ooh. In a green suit. That's
Her
cool.
green suit. I like that. Cool.
I'm glad someone invented glow in the dark stuff at one point. 'Cause
Yeah.
I like glow in the dark.
I like glow in the dark. I have glow in the dark paint. I should use it more.
Okay. Comics.
are they slabbed? Like what is?
I've got a slab here too. Yeah.
Huh? Wow.
Detective Comics number 26, 27. I mean.
Oh, very cool.
Nice.
Is that polybagged?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Very cool.
That was a Fan Expo exclusive.
Oh, very cool.
Is it a reprint of the original 27 or is it a modern 27?
No, they started the Detective Comics over again.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay. So it's a more modern one. It's not the original,
No, it's
like
up to the-
reprinted. Well, they do like facsimile
You're not going
reprints
to
of the.
bag up a whole bunch of Detective Comics 27 and give them away for basically free.
No. That would. I'm saying they do facsimile ones. They do like really big right now. Like if you go in your comic store today, there's a really big movement of they're doing facsimile ones of all the famous comic
Yeah.
books. Like
Yeah,
and
yeah,
Detective
yeah.
27, Detective 27 was the first appearance of Batman. So I'm like, is
Yeah.
that a facsimile of the first appearance of Batman? Like, or is it the modern Detective Comics, just issue number 27? You know?
No. And there are
Probably a
even variants of the Fan Expo, apparently.
Huh.
So they want me to really open this.
I know it's so tough when you get something like
Yeah.
that. It's like, really, should I open it, or is it more valuable not opening it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
The mystery is more valuable.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, he's doing it. He's doing it.
He didn't even do it gently.
No, yeah.
No.
Oh,
Oh, very
nice
cool.
cover.
Okay, gotcha. So the modern, very cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's cool.
That's
Awesome. I like that.
No.
Oh, it's a modern cover with the. Oh, that's awesome.
Oh,
It
That
is
is
a
so cool.
facsimile. Yeah.
So it's the
Wow.
facsimile with the
Look at
modern
that.
twist on the cover.
Okay, so then
That's-
after, wait a minute,
That's
the
crazy.
Batman is in here. And then you have Tenderfoot.
Yeah,
Oh, look at
yeah.
that.
So that's really the facsimile, and that's not just.
Speed Saunders,
Wow.
Yeah.
who looks exactly like Dick Tracy. But a different color.
yeah.
See what else is in here.
That's actually
Marshall,
neat. Yeah.
Range Detective,
Wow.
who looks exactly like Roy Rogers.
Yeah.
Oh, here's Spy by the Batman guys.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
This is a thick book. The Crimson Avenger.
Ah, very cool.
Hasn't he come back in DC?
He might have.
I
He
feel
has.
like I've heard that name. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
think
mean,
Todd's
he
doing
looks
it.
like the Shadow or Spirit.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Todd was doing him.
Yeah, he kind of does have that shadow look to him. You know, with
Mhm.
the
Yeah, there you
cape and
go.
everything and the mask.
Death on the Airwaves
Wow.
by Paul
Wow.
Dean.
Hmm.
Bruce Nilsson.
Wow, there's a lot in this. I've never.
No, I know. I never realized how many
Yeah.
different series you get in a book.
The
For 10
Furious Dr. Fu Manchu.
Oh no. You
Jeez.
can't write about him today.
No.
Yeah, no.
Stamp
PC
Collector's
Protocol.
Corner,
Wow.
Oh yeah.
along with Flatfoot Flanagan,
Flatfoot Flanagan.
looking a lot like Car 54. Where are you? Cosmo, the Phantom of Disguise.
Mm.
Don't try and read. Okay. I'm putting a trigger warning on this.
Uh-oh.
This was a different time and a different era.
Yeah.
And those beliefs are not necessarily our beliefs. Like when Cosmo disguises himself as a Chinese guy and prepares for action. Me have friend who have a nice room for rent. Wow.
The views
Yeah.
expressed on this channel are not those of.
The host or anyone.
Plainclothes Pete. Those are a lot of fat cops.
Yeah, well, you know.
And what year is this coming from?
This is
Oh, I think
1939.
Yeah, they were.
39.
Yeah, it's like 39. Yeah.
Sam Davis was 39 or
Is that
38.
crazy? Yeah.
Oh,
Sam
Lisa
Bradley.
Won.
There's a lot of guys in here. Everybody's got like 5 pages, and then the next story starts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was it.
Yeah,
That's
back in the day, one character didn't hold the whole comic. It was like
Yeah.
it was multiple characters, and they all
There's
had
a
5 or
Fan
6
Expo
pages.
exclusive of Batman 112,
Oh,
Oh
okay.
wow!
shiny.
Oh, look at that
Oh, that's
shiny.
cool. Boily, yeah.
This is Batman Superman #1.
Wow, that's nice. Oh,
Yeah, that
from
looks
that
cool.
that was a good series. No, that
Yeah.
was an awesome series. I love that series.
That's
Yeah.
a great looking cover.
This is
Yeah.
a variant issue of the War of the Realms. Looks like Thor and Captain Marvel.
Yeah,
Oh,
yes.
wow.
Yeah. Or the Rums is pretty cool.
Awesome.
It was like a
Wow.
whole
I
series.
really, really, really like this. This is an Archie comic. This is a Archie Halloween Spectacular Fan Expo exclusive, only 400 copies, and it was specifically made for Denver.
Oh, that's cool.
Ah,
Wow.
like it
Yeah.
was Kismet or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. She kind of has that
And then I
punchline
got
look to her.
Yeah.
The Amazing Spider-Man #32. Amazing Spider-Man #32, which is key, CCG'd.
Oh, and they
Oh, very
slabbed.
nice.
Huh.
Oh,
slapped
very
it.
nice.
It's my first slabbed comic.
Oh, very cool.
Wow.
Get to France first slab.
And then here's some autographs. Okay. First up is from Zelda.
Oh,
Ooh.
That's cool.
wow.
That's very cool.
That's nice. I like that.
Next up.
So I'm assuming voice actor from the game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know who that is. I'm going to have to look it up.
I'm not sure
I
either.
can't see.
Does it say on the card on the back?
No, I'm going to look.
I'm
No,
not
it
sure
is
either.
Ira Hart. I don't know who that is. I'm going to have to look it up. She
Hart.
looks
Yeah.
really familiar.
Ira Hart.
Huh.
Let's see what Google brings up.
It's Liler. Oh, it's Reinhardt.
Lila Reinhardt?
Well, it's Lili Reinhardt.
Lily.
Okay.
Okay, let's see.
believe that.
Known for portraying Betty Cooper on CD teen drama Riverdale.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Riverdale, yeah. That's
Annabelle.
set in the Riverdale is the Archie universe, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
now
Yeah.
this makes me happy. Are you ready?
All right.
Hola.
Dora the Explorer.
Awesome.
Without a map.
Yeah, without a map. Yeah.
Oh, this makes me happy too. Ethan Suplee from
Mallrats.
the My Name is Earl.
Oh, okay,
Oh yeah. The guy. My name is Earl. He was in Mallrats too, or something like that. He was the one who couldn't see the 3D optic
Yeah.
photo and was getting mad.
Oh, it's a boat. Go to hell.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
I love that guy.
Those magic.
Continuing my Mallrats love.
There you go.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
There you go.
Okay. And well, I think this guy's a pompous asshole, but it's nice to have his autograph.
Is that Adam Savage? Right?
Yeah,
Yep.
Adam Savage. Yeah.
Adam Savage.
Pompous,
Yeah.
but
Well, it's funny thing is he always acts like he knows everything and he's always right. And then when somebody actually, real scientist, points out he's not right, he flips out.
Yeah.
That's what I got today. That's nice. I like that.
that's a nice box.
Yeah. And I
Well, I
bought
do
one of
have-
those
Go ahead.
NECA boxes on Black Friday too. So
I
that
was
should be-
thinking about doing that. I may go out there and buy one because you get like 14 NECA figures for
Something like that. for
$25.
$125.
That's good.
And
So-
some of it's stuff you may have. There's a lot of gargoyle stuff I saw in the sci-fi things.
I got the pop culture one just to see what was in pop culture.
Yeah, I want to see
Yeah.
what's in pop culture. And horror, I wouldn't be afraid of because there's a lot of Friday the 13th and
Last
Halloween.
time I saw, the only ones available were sci-fi and pop culture. Pop culture now.
Okay.
The Turtles one was gone, and the horror one was gone.
Have I frozen? No.
Nope.
Hey,
you're
Gap.
not.
Gap, I didn't see you because I'm on the phone and it has to alert
Excuses.
me.
Excuses.
It
Mind
has to
the
alert
gap.
me, and I didn't
Mind
see the alert.
the gap.
I was in
Yeah.
there for 50 minutes, so
Yeah, yeah.
I was in for almost a half hour, so we're all just kind of,
all right. So this is something I recently got. I just picked up as well. I don't know if you guys see it, but this is a foil version of G.I.
Oh.
Joe #1.
Oh, wow.
It's signed by Jenny Frison.
who's
Holy
that
cow.
supposed to be?
I don't know. That's why I was hoping you guys could tell me. This is what it says: Greystone foil variant. I don't know who Greystone is, or if that's
Greystone.
Sure.
G.I. Joe release issue #1, Greystone full variant. Toy du
Is-
jour.
Is that a new character? I don't know who Greystone
I have
is.
no idea. I have no
Or
idea
is that
who
the
she is.
is that a type of foil cover? Greystone foil?
I have no idea.
don't know.
To be honest with you, I haven't even opened the damn thing, so I'll open it up and
Yeah.
see what
Because
they.
I would say blonde hair, it's cover girl, but
Yeah.
like you never know. It's like I think they've made a couple new characters for this new G.I. Joe run.
Yeah.
So this is the inside of it.
Yeah, that's
A
the cover
non-
I got. Yeah.
Oh, so you got this? Okay, so well, you should know who it is. The hell?
I didn't read it yet. I haven't gotten that far. I'm still reading the miniseries parts that lead up to this.
I'm seeing
I was
what
trying to-
Google knows. Sergeant Stone, that's not what I asked for.
Yeah, I'm going through it to see if I can identify who she is. Like if they
You
got
have
a
to type
picture of
in
her.
G.I. Joe Greystone or something like that.
All right. Toy du jour says this is highlight cover, virgin cover from Jenny Frison.
Yep.
Only 250 copies available. Signed books with COA, but does not tell you who the character.
Yeah, I don't know who she is. It's like I was hoping you guys know because you guys are GI Joe people. I'm like, I have no idea who it is. I just got it because I thought it was a cool looking cover.
She's got a Cobra insignia on her shoulder.
Yeah, they've made a couple new characters for this, and I think they switched things around too. Where when you're reading the minis, there's like a Duke miniseries, there's a Scarlet miniseries, Cobra Commander, and there was something else. And I think there's a Destro miniseries, but all the miniseries lead up to issue 1 of the new G.I. Joe comics. So you have to read all the miniseries first. And I'm
To know
not
who
done with
they
them all
are.
because there was so many.
Yeah.
So I've got issue 1 just laying there waiting till I'm done reading all the miniseries. And what I found during the miniseries was that Baroness defects and is now a G.I. Joe.
Oh, really?
So and they've added some new characters, and she must be one of the new characters they've added. That's taken the Baroness place with Destro on Cobra because she's got the Cobra
okay.
emblem. So
I'll have to read it, see what it says.
yeah,
Her name might be Harmonia. Harmonai.
Harmonia, huh?
Yeah, and actually, it's a Greek mythology word but she turned into a snake along
And
with
that
her
would make
husband
sense
after
'cause
Mars got pissed with them.
if she's on Cobra, that would make sense. Yeah.
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 Doesn't seem to
Huh.
be a lot about her yet on the line.
And what's funny too is Destro's organization is called Mars, so that
Yeah.
yeah,
There
that's
you
pretty.
go.
That fits in really well. Yeah.
Huh.
Okay.
Cool. Very cool. I do have a package I could open too. This came from Comics Curing
Oh,
Cancer
yeah,
C3
there you
event
go.
that I never
Oh, cool.
opened.
Yeah.
So I don't even remember what it is, John. The only thing I remember was getting you that one thing, and that was it.
Yeah, yours is going up behind my Wolverine hot toy because that's the only slab I own is that Wolverine one you sent.
I don't remember what this is, but
So
well,
my battery is gonna die here, and I don't think we can switch hosts to a different thing, right?
Nah, probably not.
Yeah, we'll end it when the battery dies. So go
oh,
quick,
okay.
Chip. Unless
Yep.
we get through yours real quick. So go quick, Chip.
All right, we'll just get right into it. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. That's right. I forgot I ordered these. Okay, that's right. So I've got
Oh, look
cool.
at that.
Teen
Just a
Titans.
9.18 Titans. I forgot I ordered it.
Yeah. And then this is it in a 9.4.
Cool.
Wow.
So
I've
very
noticed
cool.
they've been going to a lot of like chrome covers recently.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, Chrome
And
is
every time I
big
pick one
now.
up, it has like 1,000 fingerprints all over it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's Comics Curing Cancer.
Nice.
Yeah, that was a good stream. I liked that one. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was a fun time.
I can't believe how much money they raised. That was just so incredible of the whole community.
Every year, man. Every year they'll raise it more and more. It's insane, but it's good.
It was over
So-
$50,000. I mean,
Yeah.
what did they really end at? Do you remember?
I don't even remember. No,
But-
that was like 50, 53 or 55, something like that. Close to
Yeah,
that.
it was over 50
It was way
grand.
up there. Yeah, it was over 50. Yeah.
Speaking of charities, like every year my company has Toys for Tots boxes around in the cafeteria, in the lobby, somewhere they have them. They didn't have it this year. I got like 10 bags of friggin' toys to
Oh,
go to Ollie's or something in Raleigh now to fucking deliver them. I'm pissed.
Yeah.
Oh my lord.
Like, where are the boxes? Oh, we
Don't
didn't
they
do
do
it
that
this
at like
year.
fire stations or something?
Yeah, you can
fire
go to a
stations or a hospital.
Hospital?
yeah.
I'll find somebody close by so I don't have to go to Ronald to do it. But oh my
Or
god,
the Ronald McDonald House takes toy donations.
yeah.
There's one of those near you.
Yeah.
I feel bad because I bought like every what are those things? Pacific Rims, Chris? I know you bought.
Oh, yeah.
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 Like anything $5 and less in the cart.
Oh,
Yeah.
hang on.
Yeah.
Bought a bunch of girls stuff. I don't usually do that. I usually buy boys' toys because I don't know what girls like. You know, I'm not buying Monster
Does anybody
High.
really
No,
know
no
what
one
girls
knows.
like?
It's a mystery.
I always
It's a
throw in a
mystery.
couple Monster High or Barbies if they're when I find at Ross for $3 or $4. Yeah.
What the hell are Monster Highs?
They're pretty cool, actually. They're like
like brats, but for emo kids.
Oh,
emo
gotcha.
Barbie,
Okay,
Well, they're
gotcha.
based on a lot of them are based on Universal monsters.
Universal
so there'll be like a
monsters.
Barbie doll that's of Dracula, but it's a girl Dracula.
Oh, version of Dracula. Oh, very cool.
Or
Putty?
Oh, that's cool.
yeah, that's
You can get that at Ross, did you?
Yep.
yeah.
I got it today, in fact.
Did you see the one I grabbed, Chris?
Oh my God, Chris, you're gonna shit your pants.
Oh, that's cool. How much was yours?
$19.
Oh my goodness. And you didn't get me one? You son of a bitch. This is bludgeon.
Bludgeon.
Oh yeah, you got the bludgeon. Yeah, They had Megatron and Trax also. So if they're right next door, if you want them, I'll just go back.
Yeah, I know what Megatron and who?
Trax, the Corvette.
Oh yeah. Yes, I would like all three. I will send you money when
Yeah,
you get them.
I can't
Yeah.
even believe they were there.
Well, somebody told me that the ones on the west side of our of us got Animaniacs and Simpsons.
wow.
Mm.
I was looking for a Soundwave or a Starscream, but they didn't have them at mine. But
Mine
then I saw
no Super
Grimlock,
7
and
at all. Mine
then I
have
saw
they don't even have reaction figures in mine.
Yeah.
wow. Yeah, I got the Reaction Ultra Magnus, and there was a lot of the Marvel for $3. Like I got Firestar and stuff like that. That were
Nova
like
and those
yeah, that were
guys.
like $3. The Marvel
I know
Retro
Burns
3-inch.
Burns found Thundercats in reaction.
Yeah, there was the Thundercats today, but it was Lion-O, but he was blue. It was the frozen Lion-O, and I was like, I want the regular Lion-O. I don't want a frozen blue Lion-O. You know?
And Crimson Guard, I want to say.
I've got a Crimson Guard, Hawk, Duke, Cobra Commander, Jaga, Cyclonus, and It. And
Yeah, they had. Yeah, I
have
saw
seen
it.
Ultra Magnus.
Yeah, I saw it today. Yeah.
That's the only one I've seen.
Well, I think we should go. I'm gonna wrap it up before the battery dies.
Before your batteries.
All right.
Join us tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern. GeForce and Chris are both gonna play.
Cool.
If you're around ship, you're welcome to
Oh.
pop back on.
We
5
got a
o'clock
rematch,
Eastern.
huh, Chris?
We're
What is it?
doing toy, comic, and cartoon Wheel of Fortune for the
Oh, very
holiday
cool.
game show.
Cool.
Gap might come on, so we might see Gap. Gap's in
All
the
right,
chat.
Gap.
That would be
And
unfortunate.
you're gonna have Scuba Pete with you and Gary's Grails possibly. So
Cool.
Oh, very nice.
Cool.
there'll be some
Fun group.
competition for this.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
I better study tonight.
Pull out the encyclopedia.
What you're saying is I don't necessarily have to throw it.
Yep.
I will actually lose. That'd be nice.
I think
Damn.
the thing is
Well,
I
I'm
think
just
Wheel
throwing
of
it.
Fortune. I think like it's what I find is it's difficult to make the games for Wheel of Fortune because I feel like when you can see the squares, it's real easy to sort of just figure out what it's going to be. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like with just a couple of letters, you're like, oh, I know what this is. But the trick is, are you going to roll, get points, and then be able to solve it, or are you going to hit bankrupt or lose a turn, or you know
The
what
wheel,
I mean? Like,
the wheel can be unkind, so that throws the variable in.
yeah, it's
Yep.
which I think makes it a little fun, and that's why I think
Yep.
people enjoyed it more than just the regular trivia or stuff.
I agree.
So we'll see how it goes. I
if you do
tried to
hit
be
Ross-
more.
If you hit Ross, John,
creative. What?
I would love those Transformers, or let me know anything else they have. I collect a lot of Super 7. I got the Disney ones, and there's Simpsons out there, and if they have anything different than Transformers, let me know.
I think
Did
it
you
was
get
all
the
just
Red
Transformers, but
Yeah, I did get the Red Queen, and I'm looking for the Big Bad Wolf.
Okay.
And I got
that once
the other one I got
in somebody's video, but
I got the alligator from Fantasia.
Yeah, I would like the alligator. That's a cool looking one.
Yeah, I'd like that one too. That or the hippo.
Yeah.
Oh, the hippo would be nice. Yeah.
She's
all right, guys. So
all right, guys.
see you tomorrow at 5. Well, I'll be 3 o'clock on Vern's show, and then 5 o'clock Eastern on my game show. All right.
Are you gonna go kill treasure goblins?
I probably will. I've just got to get I've got to pull some comic boxes out of my cabinet that's back over there.
Cool. Okay, well I'll be on then. Oh.
Those cabinets.
I've
got to dig my way, pull those boxes out so I can load them in the truck, and then I'll probably be on to play some gaming.
Okay. Sweet.
So give me like a half hour. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Merry Christmas, guys.
Merry Christmas, guys. Have a good one.
See you again, Chip.
Thanks for popping in, guys, and thanks to everybody in the chat.
Yes, sir.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.